Prepper Basics, the prepper and the gun-free zone. This is Throttle Up Prepper. Prepper Basics, the prepper and the gun-free zone. This is Throttle Up Prepper, and I am your humble host, Jeff. What's up? Glad you could make it back. Good to see you. Well, theoretically speaking. Very nice to have you with me. I'm glad that you're here. If you haven't already become a subscriber, please subscribe and get the little notification bell there so that you'll know every time a brand new video comes out. English. You would think it was a second language for me. And for those of you who are subscribed, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, if you like today's video, not only like it, but make sure you check out the description. I'm going to put a link to another video here on the channel that you may find of interest, all about less than lethal self-defense. So on to today's topic. Gun-free zones. What do you think about them? What do you do about them? Do you just forget about it and hope and pray you'll be safe? Make sure you drop me some comments. I want to know what you do. As for me in my house, I avoid them like the plague. For example, I used to, and it's a little shameful to admit this now, but we all have our problems. And admitting that you have a problem is the first step to recovery. So I hear. But I used to be hopelessly sucked into the Starbucks vortex. Holy cow. Back, I think when I quit drinking that junk, it was like more than $4 a cup. That's crazy, especially with as often as I was getting that junk every week. And I think about my monthly expenses, and it's just not smart at all. But anyway, thank God I've broken out of that. Now I'm addicted to, actually, is my first addiction when it comes to coffee, being that I'm from New England originally, is Dunkin' Donuts. Much cheaper, much better. Dunkin', that's a freebie. So anyway, seriously. Starbucks is famous for being lefty, liberal, soft on everything, and big on the gun-free zones. They don't want you coming in if you're packing. So to that I say, thanks for the heads up, Starbucks. I'm not coming in. Why? If you ask me, the little gun with the red circle and slash through it just lets every criminal know that, hey, if you want to perpetrate a crime, if you want to rob people, if you want to rob a store, if you want to hurt somebody and not get fired on yourself, this is the place for you. And quite frankly, I want nothing to do with that. And if I know that a place is gun-free, I just don't go. You're not going to catch me at Starbucks, not only because they're overpriced garbage, but I'm not risking it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, granted, there's some places that we have to go. I was going to say the mall, but I guess we don't have to go there anymore. Most malls that I know of are gun-free zones. And funny, especially, I guess the nearest big city to us is Charlotte. And boy, oh boy, you always hear about these guys going at it and shooting it out in malls. I guess they didn't read the sign, huh? So yeah, this past Christmas was the first Christmas, I think I did 100% or like 99% of my shopping online. And boy, was that convenient. So I stay out of them. That's how I deal with gun-free zones mostly. But there are some places you have to go. Courthouse, police stations. I mean, not me. That's just what I hear. Civil stuff, real estate, things like that. No, I'm good, really. Thanks for asking. But seriously, courthouses, you can't be packing in there. And if you're a concealed carry permit person, you know that. and you're not stupid and you ain't going to do it because you'll be in big trouble. And so places like that, we trust that the armed security that is there will come to our rescue for the brief time that we have to expose ourselves. Not necessarily talking about that, libraries, other public buildings, same thing. Although they don't tend to have armed security there. Personally, I just send my wife to the library to get my books. Mr. Brave. No, seriously, what do I do? Well, just because there's a no gun symbol out there doesn't mean you can't bring other things. Now, I presume they don't want you bringing in knives to a lot of these places either, but, I don't know. I kind of have a don't ask, don't tell policy. But, in some places, a little neck knife may be considered a concealed weapon. It may not be, because it's kind of, usually under 3 inches, 4 inches. I don't even know what this is. Probably about 3 inches, maybe 4. I don't know. This may or may not be acceptable in some places. And again, I don't even use this a whole lot, but some places, if I know I'm going to a restaurant or whatever, again, typically I try to avoid the place. But if for some reason I had to go, as a birthday party, a meeting, something I had to attend, I might have something like this on me because my other knives, quite honestly, are too big and obvious. So this is an option. Not going to do you a whole lot of good if someone bad with a gun comes in, but having some means to protect yourself, better than others. I talked about this. I won't get into it too much, but this is my police baton made out of steel. It's kind of heavy, pretty cool. I like it. It's, a little flick of the wrist and you got yourself 16 inches, this particular model. Some of them are bigger, but it at least gets you the ability to do some serious bodily harm should you have to in order to defend yourself only, or just put distance between you and somebody else. And then last but not least, one of my favorites is let them see the light, or at least the spark, my taser. So again, just a couple ways I deal with the gun-free zones. Number one, by far, avoid them at all costs. That's what I do. Most of the time it works. But like I said, for those times where you just have to go and there isn't armed security, like at a courthouse or a police station or places like that, I showed you just a couple of my methods. What are yours? Make sure you comment below. I want to hear if you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I don't think I mentioned it. We got a brand new website. Would love for you to visit throttleupprepper.com. That's throttleupprepper.com. Make sure you check it out. Check out the blog. I try to post 5 days a week. Some weeks I slack and only get 4 out, but I'm human. I want you to check it out. Listen, we don't know what comes our way, what's coming our way, what poop is going to hit the fan, if or when. But hey, all I know is be prepared no matter what. God bless.